everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith, and today I'm excited to be diving back into the world of Spire's End with Spires and Hildegard. And where we left it off in the last video, if you didn't check it out, top right hand corner will have a link. We just pummeled a pumpkin. So we're going to go ahead and decide whether we're going to Hickory Hills or Pointy Peaks based on comments from the last video. Based on the comments from the last video, which seemed to lean towards Pointy Peaks, and the reason being is that I do have a card in my inventory called the Grappling Rope, which I purchased, and I think this might come in handy if we're heading to the peaks, which is 104. It's also worth noting that we're now moving into chapter number 2, and this says, Jingle Bells. The trail follows a creek up into the mountains. From here you can see the break line. A fresh coat of snow speckles the pointy peaks. It's a magnificent sight. You hear ringing. A seasoned gentleman with bells tied onto him from head to toe is coming your way. With way too much enthusiasm, he scurries toward you, arms raised. Oh my, I've got just the thing for you. Pull card 196, and then it looks like we have a choice to make. While you're out in the wilderness, it pays to keep your eyes open for wild game. Pull and shuffle cards 197, there's 4 of them, and place them in a separate stack face down. This is the wild game deck, and you pull a card from this deck whenever you encounter the symbol above. So whenever you see that paw print. The wild game deck is only used in chapter 2. Good luck and happy hunting. So we have the opportunity to potentially gain some things out of hunting, of course. Maybe it'll be something around fur, something we could trade. Maybe it will be food. We shall see. So we just resolved card 196, which told us if we see a paw print on the card, that we're going to draw a card from the wild game deck. So I've gone ahead, I made that deck off to the side, to the right in the play area. I've shuffled it up. There's 4 197 cards. We're going to draw one at random, see what we get, and then of course we'll continue on from there. Here we go. Off the top, we got ourselves a field rat. So let's begin our very first wild hunt here. We have a field rat, so 3 of these shot dice are in the equation. The gray one I'll roll afterwards. We're looking for anything that has either a circle, an arc, or a pip in order to try to create a bullseye. This one might actually be quite tough because remember, some of the ones that I really like to create are those half bullseyes because, well, it's only needing 2 dice in order to create a bullseye, which is very quick and easy. We still have this combination, of course, which can be done, but we're limited. These don't really matter in this equation. So we got 2 sets to make this happen, and of course if we get up to 3 bullseyes, we can get a gold out of it too. So let's try and make that happen. We also can get a field rat pelt down below, as you can see. So let's see what happens here. Okay, that is not a result that I like off the top, but the pip definitely is. So let's re-roll these 2. All right, we got 2 pips, which might be just a bit much more than I needed. Uh-oh, not looking good. Again, trying to shoot a field rat is going to be a little bit tough. Let's go to the great eye to see if we get something that can help us. All right, we got our bullseye right there. So 1, we're doing okay because we have 2 sets and we need 2 bullseyes. So we'll go ahead and tick this up, and it's just off camera. My bullseyes are being tracked. I'm also ticking up the number of sets that I've completed so far. So we're now marked at 1 and 1, and we're going to go ahead and roll for our next set. Let's see how we do. Hopefully we can get 2 bullseyes and get that coin. That would be nice. Oh, that's a little bit better. So this is good. Come on, Pip, where are you? There we go. So there's at least we got what we need. Now I'll roll this again. It doesn't really matter too much. I'm only going to get 1 bullseye off this anyway. The green or the gray die here hopefully gives me the bullseye I need in order to not only take out the rat but also get the gold. Come on. Yes, we got it. Awesome. So we're going to get 1 gold. We currently have up to 6 now in our pile. So we're working our way up there, which is nice. Here it is. And we got 6, and we're also going to take this field rat as we got the field rat pelt in our inventory. Now we have to make a choice on this Jingle Bells card, and we do have the ability to say, I have a touch of leprosy, be gone to the individual that's coming up at us as we climb Pointy Peaks. And then we have another one here that says, let me guess, a bell, because we hear the sound of a bell. I'm going to go with the bell option, which is 110. As we continue along the creek up to the mountains, it seems we found more wild game. So we're going to go ahead and pull another card here and resolve it. This time we have a golden pheasant. So we're going to go ahead and take this card. We'll just place it off to the side. We'll decide that in a moment. Let's see whether we can take this thing down. We have an accuracy of 3, so 3 shot dice. We have sets of 1. Oh, wow. So we only have 1 opportunity with this one. Very tough to do. We need 2 bullseyes to make it happen. So we're probably going to be banking on this die right here. And we can use these 3 types in order to build it. And of course, if we get exactly this combination up here, we get a gold, which would be pretty rare, I guess. But let's see if we can pull it off. All right, so far we got a circle, an arc, so we're going to keep that for sure. We're going to re-roll these 2. Come on. Hey, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. There is a possibility here. Here's the last re-roll, finessing the shot. Oh, just a little shy. Now, a part of me, so here's the thing. If I roll the gray die, what could happen here is, first off, I'm not going to be able to kill this thing unless I can't. I just can't. Getting one bullseye of this is not going to be enough in general. So what I might do, and this might be kind of risky, is I'm going to use, do I really want to use one of my feats of marksmanship in order to do this? It seems kind of greedy at this point to do this, but I could get the pheasant egg out of it if I do nail this. Plus, if I happen to get really lucky and I'm able to re-roll this and land this, I also get a gold. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Let's do it. Let's risk it. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but I'm going to risk it. So here we're going to go ahead now and re-roll this die. We're going to hope for good things. Oh, came back and it hurt us. Okay, so that ended up being a waste, and it means regardless of this, yeah, that even hurts more because then I have to ignore one of these results. So that would have broke things in general. Even if I had gotten the arc, that would be the worst thing you could get on that die because, well, doing this would give you a bullseye, and then when you roll your gray, it would negate one of them, which means that it wouldn't have counted anyway. So bad time to use the feat of marksmanship, which I kind of knew, but I wanted to push my luck and see. But this thing going to the discard, the gold pheasant, a little too fast for us. Bells and whistles. The man pulls an old bell off his beard, gives it a quick rattle, and then hands it to you. This will scare off the local predators. Wear it on your belt. Let it do the work. That'll be 2 gold. Now, wait a minute. I have something far better than a lousy bell, says another voice. A woman walks up behind the man. Don't listen to this fool. He's been out in the woods too long. I have a whistle, see? She holds up a small carved bone. Blow this when danger's near. 3 gold, please. I think getting one would make sense, and I do have enough gold to be able to pull this off. So let's go to card 118 and see our options. A pretty cool card here, split in half, and of course, depending on how you orientate it once you purchase it, you can place it in your inventory for whichever side you got. So we can choose the Barabel side or the Wolf Whistle side, depending on which threat I think is worse, which really depends on the situation, to be completely honest, but I believe a bear probably leans more heavily into the dangerous territory, I think, than a wolf. A wolf pack would certainly be dangerous, but maybe a lone wolf wouldn't be as bad. Yeah, I don't know. Going from my Canadian experience, I'm going to go ahead and say the bear is probably the one we want to avoid. It depends on the type of bear, of course, but still we're going to go with that. So we're going to go with the bell, and this is going to cost 2 gold. I guess it's the cheaper option, so that's good. The wolf is actually 3. Don't know if that indicates the wolf is actually worse, but we will find out. So we're going to pay 2 right now to buy the bell for the bear, and that leaves me with 4 gold remaining. And then the question is, do we go to the stream or up the trail? Now, here's the thing. Logic would tell you that if you're heading towards a stream, bears typically like to come out of the woods, head to the stream in order to find food, fish, all that good stuff. So if I head that way, the positive is I'd have the right equipment to deal with a bear if it pops up. If I go up the trail, yes, a bear could show up there too, but a wolf also could show up there, and I'm not going to have anything to prevent a wolf from attacking. So maybe the stream is the right choice. Plus, it might allow me some chance for fishing. So it's kind of got a twofold benefit. So let's go with that. Aha, it looks like I was right. It says the stream, the uneven and steady incline of the mountain trail has left you winded. You pause at the stream and stretch your legs. You spot some fish. Time to catch an early supper. You can fish if you have a fishing pole, which I do. You're able to find 1 whistle cricket and 1 stinkworm. So I'm assuming we get to take our bait of black and gold cubes, which you can then place on fishing cards. It says to pull the 3 fishing cards of 195, and then we course fish. All right, so we have our whistle cricket here and we have our stink worm, and we got to choose where we're going to place them. Again, you can place the bait on the exact same one to potentially increase your odds of catching it, or you can risk it and kind of divide them up to see if you can get more than 1 fish. So we're going to go ahead and actually split these up. I'll place this one here. Actually, well, let's do the whistle cricket over here. And which one should I do over here? Let's do the middle. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and roll. Actually, have 3 for these shot dice, and we only have 1 set to do it. So let's see how this pans out. Wow. All right, so we got 1/2 of a bullseye already. We just need the pip now. Come on. Yep, we got it. That is enough. So we're able to flip this over now, and if it is a black cube in the top right-hand corner, we catch the fish automatically. We do. A hickory pike. Awesome. So this is going to work. Blue wild shot. This is going to end up in our inventory. That's awesome. So we're going to take that card. Now, oh, actually, this looks really cool. Look at this. It says all players can now use the blue wild shot dice. Remember, during a face-off, only 1 dice may be rolled between 2 players. Nice. So the blue one in this case, I'm going to guess, is this one right here. So we have a new die to come into the equation, which is pretty awesome. So we'll take this, I'm gonna place it off to the side. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to flip over this one, but we first need to do some fishing to see if we actually catch it. So let's see what we get off the dice result. Wow, that's pretty good. Actually, it's a really good roll. I'm going to hold on to both these because this roll, the odds are in my favor here. Yep, because this creates a bullseye regardless of their color. That's enough. And if this is, ooh, is it going to be it? Oh, what is that? What is that? The prediction orb. Place the prediction orb in your inventory before a target or face-off. You may place 2 shot dice on the orb above. If any 2 dice on your initial rollout match your 2 predictions, gain 1 bullseye on your target. That's really cool. Discard the prediction orb after it has been successfully used 3 times. Awesome, so we got ourselves an effect. That's the first time we've ever seen one of those. Now, just before I go any further, the wild die that I got, it seems like every single one of these dice adds another icon to the die, filling out one of the blank sides. So in this case, we got an arrow added to the die. It also has everything equivalent to what the gray die had prior, I believe. I don't think there's any differences that way. Bullseye-wise, I believe there's still 2 bullseyes on this. Yep, everything else is the same. So this arrow actually means instinct. So you can change 1 shot die roll to any result you choose, which is a huge one to roll because that can certainly push you into a bullseye on your shot dice, which is really good. It doesn't necessarily give you a bullseye on this die, which is probably nicer in most cases to get this, but hey, sometimes this is a saving grace on your shot dice rolls. All right, we're back to the stream here, but it does tell us once we're done, we're gonna go back to the trail, so 123. And again, we have one of those icons in the top right-hand corner, so we got to pull a card here to see what we get, and then we've got all of this to resolve. So let's go ahead right now, pull it out, see what we got. Twilight Squirrel. All right, let's go ahead and set up to see if we can take this thing down. All right, so this one has 2 sets in order to pull off 2 bullseyes. We can actually get a feat of marksmanship back, which I would love to have because I shouldn't have used the one prior. If I can get 3 bullseyes, this die makes me feel confident we might be able to pull this off, but look at how tight it's going to be to try to hit this thing. That is going to be rough. So we're going to go ahead and roll those first. We only get 3 of these. Let's go ahead and see how we do. Okay, that's surprising. Got it right out of the gates. There's 1. This is not going to help me to get anything else. So I'm going to stop right there. We're going to roll this die and see if we get another bullseye. If we do, we are well on our way. Oh, the only side that I didn't want to see. Is that the only blank of this entire die? It is. 1 out of 6 odds on that one, and I landed it. Perfect. Okay, so we got ourselves a bullseye, and we did our first set. Let's go ahead and roll for our second set. We got to at least take this thing out. All right, a little better. So we got ourselves our second bullseye, guarantees we take it out. Now let's see if we can roll this die here in order to get the bonus on top of it. Oh my gosh, we got it twice. So no bonus, no feat of marksmanship for me. That is truly unfortunate. Now, if I take a look at the feats of marksmanship that I currently have, I'm pretty sure I'd have to spend one in order to do anything that would potentially gain me one. So it's just the 1 for 1 there. Doesn't make any sense. So no feat of marksmanship spend on my part to make this any better, but we do take out the squirrel, so we do get the squirrel pelt, which I'm happy with, so we'll put that off to the side and head back to our Troubled Waters card. It seems we got ourselves into troubled waters. It says you reach Peak Falls and come to an impasse. Heavy rainfall has wreaked havoc on the area. A stream that's now a river blocks your path, and the bridge once here has been swept away. That's unfortunate. Downstream, you can see shards of the structure jutting out of the water. You're glad this delivery wasn't assigned to you last week during the storm. There's a wall of rock to your left, a cliff to your right, and the treacherous river in the middle. So those are our options. We can climb up over the cliff, we can wade through the water, we can ride through the river. If we have acquired Mildred, which we have not, that sounds pretty cool, but we don't have that option. Or we can use a grappling rope, which we do have. So if we don't use it right now, I feel like that would be a really poor use or poor purchase from before. So we're gonna go ahead and use our grappling rope to do 150. And it appears we found some more wildlife. So we're pulling another card here. Let's see what we get. We got ourselves, oh, a hound. Check this thing out. It's huge. 4 bullseyes required to take it down. 5 will give us a feat of marksmanship and 5 gold. Accuracy of 3, so 3 shot dice. Sets 3. We're going to be tracking things across the top. But guess what I'm going to be using? This is a target. So I'm going to use my prediction orb. So every single time I use this, and you discard it after 3 uses. So I'll just place a black cube knowing that I used it once here. But basically what you do is before target or face off, you place 2 shot dice here on the orb above. If any 2 dice on your initial rollout match your 2 predictions, you gain a bullseye on your target. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to roll a circle And we're going to roll a white half bullseye. Those are the two predictions I'm going to make. So this is based on it says if any 2 dice on your initial roll match your 2 predictions. So it's the first rollout, I believe. I don't think it's after finessing. Let me see if any 2 dice on your initial rollout. So yeah, it's not after finessing. It's just straight away. So here we go. Let's see whether or not we get those results. If we do, and it has to be both, I believe, right? Match your 2 predictions and gain a bullseye. So both of them need to happen. I don't know if that's going to work out. Oh, unfortunate. Nothing worked. So that prediction did not come to pass, unfortunately. So we'll keep the use on it. We'll just move it off to the side for now. And we're going to continue on. So we'll set this one here because it's one of the 2 options I can hold on to. We're going to continue going. Nice. We got a bullseye. We want to do this really well because, as you can see, only having 3 sets and we need to get 4 bullseyes, we need to have at least a round with 2 bullseyes, and every round has to have at least 1. So in order to get to the point of taking this thing out, and we have to be really lucky to get up to 5, I think. So let's go ahead and roll our blue die. Come on, bullseye. Give me 2 right off the hop. That'd be awesome. Oh, there we go. That's a great start, even though the prediction orb did not work out. All right, so the question is, yeah, and so just so you understand, the prediction orb is before a target or face-off. So you can only use a prediction orb at the very first roll for a particular target. So you can't just use it over and over and over again, but the next time we run into something, I could use it again. We're going to roll 3. Let's see if we can keep this luck going. That's not what we want to see. We can burn 1 shot dice without it affecting us too much, but oh, perfect roll. So that is going to be 1 right there. Can we get another? Come on, make it happen, make it happen. Ooh, what's this? This one was the one I just talked about. So change 1 shot die, roll 10 a year. Oh, that doesn't help me. That's going to do nothing for me, but I still get the 1 for this particular set. So that's good. And we are now up to 2. And we're going into our final set here. So we have hit the 4 because, well, let me think about this. We got 2 off of our first one and 1 now. So I think I'm 1 too far down the track at this point, if I remember correctly, because we didn't get anything off our prediction orb. We got 2 off the first set and we got 1 off the second set. So we're at 3 bullseyes and we're at the, we're going into the 3rd and final set here. So here we go. Need 1 bullseye at least. Okay, that's good. We got 1. Come on, give me a circle. Oh, it's getting tight. Oh, okay, that's not good. We're relying on the blue die here. Come on. Yes, that is awesome. We just squeaked in enough to make that happen. That's going to take it out. We do get the pelt. We don't get the feat of marksmanship or the gold, unfortunately. We weren't able to get up to that high, but hey, we took down a pretty big creature. It states here on the card, did you use the grappling rope? Yes, I did. You swing over the river, landing safely on the other side, but you're unable to keep hold of the rope and it swings away. Discard the grappling rope and Mildred the mule if acquired. So this rope is now gone. It's in the discard pile. With the river at your back, you continue to climb until your legs give out. Time to rest. To your left is an open meadow edged with wild berry bushes. On your right, there are signs of game. You spot rabbit tracks and scat from something else you can't identify. I've got a lot of game so far. I've got a squirrel pelt, a rat pelt, and one of those crazy hound pelts. So I've got a lot already, but I mean, there's nothing necessarily stopping me. Camping might actually not be a bad idea. So I'm going to go 151. Thank the berries. A cold breeze pricks at your ears and cheeks as you attempt to start a fire. You rub your hands together, then stoop over and blow on the kindling. A flame leaps and a fire catches hold. A smell of burnt hickory wafts up to your nose. There's nothing like the primal comfort of a campfire. As you sit down to get comfortable, a berry bush in front of you shakes and twigs begin to snap. That's not good. So we can ring the bell or blow the whistle if we have it. If nothing, what do we do now? This is an interesting one because we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure that it's even an animal. So this is going to be interesting, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. Although this may not be the right time to use it. That's kind of, but we probably should. Let's go ahead and use it. So 153. Chorus of the bell. You hold out your reasonably priced bear bell. It was 2 gold versus a 3 for the wolf whistle, and give it a vigorous shake. An irritated grizzly pops up from behind a berry bush. See, I knew this was going to happen at some point, although I was a little unsure if it was the right time to use it. You give the bell another spirited jostle. The bear leaps back into the mouth of a cave. Impressed, you continue a steady jingle. The bear, however, is no longer amused. Not good. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. It says not good. We're going to go to 154 and 155 and 156 and 157. I've gone ahead and set up the battle as it illustrates right here on the card Cave Rules. It says during your turn, you may opt to fill squares numerical order in either icicle. So you have to do it 1, 2, 3 for this icicle or 1, 2, 3 for this icicle. And you get a hit at the end once you fill the last one. It's going to be a bullseye that lands on the grizzly. So this is another way that you can inflict pain on it. We've got ours over here. You can see that this has changed dramatically from the last one we had when we had our last face off. And we're going into this thing on an endless battle kind of situation. We need 7 bullseyes, and of course the grizzly's trying to fill up our entire row here. We have the potential to block in the center with 3 shaded in watermarked areas here, but not so much at the beginning. Remember, again, we can't block until the bear has already kind of impacted us to where we are up against one of those spaces. So let's dig into this and see whether we can survive. And what better time to make use of the prediction orb in order to try to see if we can get a free bullseye on the bear. So we're going to go ahead and use it, and we're going to choose 2 sides and hope that we match. So we're going to go this one and this one. The only valid things to hit the bear when we're making attacks here is the black half bullseye, the circle, and the pip. That's it. So this is what I'm hoping I get off the very first roll. We are rolling an accuracy of 3 when we make an attack here. Let's see how we do. Hopefully we land both of these results in the first roll. Do we? No, we don't. I'm doing really well at rolling everything but what I predict. Does that give me anything? Probably not. So unfortunately, that's another miss in the prediction. I should probably stop even doing that because I'm not very good at it. That will be cool if it ever actually lands. And then we're going to go ahead and do some rolling. So we're beginning our battle here. So first we start the battle or the face-off. Let's see what we can keep. We can keep the circle one here as it matches over there. We're going to go ahead and roll these off. Come on. That's no good. We have to lock something in, so we'll keep that one. There we go. We got 1. Wow, that was fluky. Okay, we're going to take this die here. We're using the blue one again. And, okay, so the X, if I remember correctly, yes, just removing 1 shot die, result of our choice, which still does not negate the bullseye we just got. So we got 1. And the sets don't matter because we don't count sets. We're just going back and forth. The grizzly now is going to make an attack against us. The grizzly's rolling 3 hit dice against us, and it will finesse dice. And again, it's trying to fill things logically from left to right. So let's see how it does. First off, yikes. So it does lock in the very first one. It's going to continue to finesse its roll, trying to go after more. Looking at these 2 results, going down the track, it needs either a pip or a half black bullseye. It doesn't have either of those, so it continues to roll, but it has to lock in one of these. So we'll just go like that. It got a pip, but the pip is 1, 2, 3 away. So because we don't have the middle filled in, this is not going to count. So only 1 goes in. So it is going to be this one right here. That's all it got. So not bad. We're okay. I'm also going to take this and maybe just move it down because I think I'm going to smash it with the dice as I'm rolling. And the other thing to remember too is when I was doing my thing there in the last round, I didn't put any dice up there on the icicles because you can opt to fill the squares in either icicle meter with any applicable rolls. So I missed out there and I should have done that. We're not going to forget this time around. So here we go. All right, so this is a good one right here. Nothing that can help me up there from this roll. I have to do it in numerical order anyway. Oh no, this is not good. Oh, okay, so this is it. Oh wow, this is really bad. I rolled all the sides, nothing there even remotely helps me. So we're gonna go ahead and roll this one. Okay, we got ourselves a re-roll, so that's good, I guess. The re-roll could result in a pip or maybe something we can work towards in an icicle. So let's go ahead and re-roll this one. All right, we got a pip. That means a bullseye, so at least we're up to 2. So we didn't have a complete wash of a round, so that's good. And that is going to be it. The bear is coming back at us, unfortunately. Let's see, and it's looking for a black bullseye primarily. It gets it. On top of it, it also gets the pip. And then, oh, wow, this is really bad. If it gets a circle, it's going to just crush me. Oh, it almost bounced over. Okay, so it hits me for 2. This is really bad because now we're in our blocking window. We need to slow the bear down because it's ripping us to shreds, which is not good. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and attack back here. Okay, wow, talk about getting the same result a bajillion times. This is a bullseye, so I'm okay with that. This doesn't do anything for me over here, so I'll re-roll it. Got a black one. That can work for the first position, so I'm going to actually cash that one in for sure for this. We're going to start working on that icicle over there. If we get to the end of that one on the far right, then we get a free bullseye. rolling my blue die, and we get a reroll, but I don't want to do that. It's a May, I'm not going to use it. So we do get 1 bullseye off of this, so we're up to 3. We're doing okay. We're almost halfway there. Bear's coming back at us. Now, the only thing I didn't do in that equation was focus on any kind of blocking, and that was just because things didn't pan out the way I would have maybe hoped. Hopefully, he has a really poor roll, so he did. Actually, nothing here can be kept for any 3 coming down the track, so this is a great one. He burns one of these and continues rolling, trying to find it. He gets a pip, but the pip is further away. He still needs the circle to merge the 2, and he doesn't get it. So literally nothing comes through. We had a perfect roll against us from the bear. I like it. All right, so we're coming into this. We're going to take this and hold on to it. I need a pip as well, which I've got over here, but I have to allocate it separately. Oh, that could work. So I'll allocate that. Then I can kind of continue working on the icicle. I just need a circle. Come on. Ah. Shoot. Well, at least I can kind of... Actually, this is good because I can kind of start on 2 different... That's actually not bad. It's not bad. Let's see. Yes, salvaged over here. Good, good, good. So I'm going to use these, locking those 2 in for... We'll go here, and we will go at the beginning over here. There we go. Not bad, not bad. All right, we're working our way up. Got 4 hits on it so far. It's coming back to us. Please don't... Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's terrible. So it's going to get the 1st position. It's going to get the 3rd position. If it can get a pip on this final one, it connects all of them. Oh my gosh, there's the bear swipe that just rips through us at the worst possible time. We're not dead yet, but that was a brutal hit. So we're losing these 2 dice of the equation. These just go on top. We now have no ability to block going forward. I probably should have done something like that. I got a little bit greedy. Now we are 1 away from losing, which is not good. Not good at all. Okay, that escalated things fast. Hey, there's a bullseye right out of the gates. That's nice. And that is not going to be a good result for us. We're stuck with that. We're going to roll this. And a bullseye, 2 of them. So we're now up to a total of 6 bullseyes, 1 away from killing it. Now, just before I end my turn, on my turn, at any time, I can spend like currency, feats of marksmanship in order to get a benefit. In this case, I absolutely want to do it. Why? Because the Gray Grizzly is going to give us back 2 feats of marksmanship anyway. And by using this right now, it's going to guarantee a victory because I can use it for a bullseye, which is adding a bullseye on a target or face-off. And that's what this is a face-off. So this is going to give us the 7 that we need in order to take down the grizzly bear. And at the same time, we get the 2 feats of marksmanship right back. With that victory, we now move to the point. It says, wounded, the beast howls and falls back. You race up the steep path to a clearing with a giant oak tree at its center. Confident you're no longer being hunted, you stop to catch your breath. What is this place? 164. We found a point of interest, or maybe multiple points of interest. It says, put the following 14 cards into 3 groups numerically. So I'll be doing that in a moment. These groups represent the 3 locations of interest. Reveal a card from any location deck. You can move to a new location at any time, or go back and continue from the latest card revealed in any location, if that card allows. Once 6 cards are revealed and completed, you must discard all location cards and proceed to card 179. The tip here says, do not discard unrevealed cards from the location decks until you have revealed 6. Use marker cubes to keep track of the number of cards revealed. And at this point in our journey, with 3 different paths to take and options to select, this is a perfect time to wrap up the finale. I would have loved to gone all the way to the end, but I really want to avoid the spoilers of what this game has to offer. We actually went a bit further than I intended into chapter number 2, which is a-okay with me, but I think this is a perfect spot to stop. You've seen a lot of what the game has to offer, and there's more layers to be added in throughout more chapters. It goes all the way up to chapter number 4. And of course, the replayability here is high because you can take multiple paths, and of course the outcome of those paths can change and shift as well, giving even more variation to the experience. Plus there's expansion packs you can pick up and add into the experience. So in terms of a small box game that's easy to get to the table and a lot of fun, Spire's End is definitely one to check out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, keep on rolling solo.